successful 30-year titan in business with having multiple businesses that generate multiplied millions of dollars.
And if that plan happens to be to build $1 million company, which I can help you do.
But he's humble. He's a man of God. He's a family man.
The world's news organizations are built on everything but positivity.
He is an influential entrepreneur and business speaker for over 30 years.
I've got to forecast. I've got to pronounce. I've got to project. I've got to share with you my ideas, my vision, my goals for not only myself, but for you.
That's why he's came up with his incredible concept of taking and creating a platform for people that are wired differently.
And you got to understand that your habits of your person and your habits of your business and your habits of your spirituality have to lead to the North Star of who you are. We need to figure out who we want to be in life.
Morning, good morning, good morning. I can't keep this up. I know the title's a little disturbing. But you know I'm human, right? And so are you. And I can't believe for one moment that there's been a time in your life where you haven't said to yourself, man, I don't know if I can keep this up. And so I think I put some pressure on you yesterday. I put some pressure on you to become better. I put some pressure on you to think about things maybe a little differently. And I'm not going to change giving you pressure. I'm not going to change what I do or why I do it to make you feel better all the time. But I also want you to understand that I'm human, you're human, in this idea of becoming 1% better. We talked about it yesterday, and I want to kind of get right into it today because sometimes I lollygag around and I got so much content I want to share with you that I run short on time. And I want to let you know how much I love you. I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how much I think about you. And when I say you, I'm metaphorically saying you personally. I know a lot of you follow your comments. I don't comment back on all of them, but I do the best I very can. I see a lot of you doing a lot of comments, and I appreciate it. And I do love all of you. I do appreciate all of you. I do want what's best for you. And I've put myself in a position to share with you topics. I put myself in a position to coach you in areas to help build you personally, spiritually, and entrepreneurially in profits. The show is really taking a great bump. It's taken a great push, and it's helped me to do that with all of you. But yesterday's topic was somewhat burdensome to me. It was like, you know, am I pushing you guys too hard? Am I asking too much from you? And so I think about it, and I think about what I ask of myself, and I think about, is there too much? There's always probably too much. There's mostly not enough. And I don't want to be the coach that makes everything seem so easy. I want to be the coach that makes everything real and makes things possible and makes sense to you. So this morning, I literally was up around 2 this morning, and I went back to sleep. Of course, I did the best I can there, but I just kept thinking, man, can I keep this up? The flights, and there's people out there doing more than me and working harder than me and doing more than carrying a bigger burden. But at the end of the day, that's their plight, and my responsibility is you. And I want you to know that there's probably times in your life where you just say, can I keep this up? I don't think I can keep this up. And so I just wanted to kind of let you realize that you can do it. We have to recharge. We have to think through things. But we still have to be plodding along this 1% better mindset. Because the thing that separates us from others is not that we don't think, can we keep this up? It's that we end up keeping it up. That we find a coach or a confidant or someone that we can talk to about where we're at in our life and how we're feeling and how can we actually catapult ourselves to the next position or the next process or the next, even just the next stair. And so this morning, I just wanted to share with you the fact that, man, I'm thinking about it sometimes. I think, can I keep this up? How do I balance family? How do I balance life? How do I balance business? How do I balance Wired Differently? How do I balance the next book? How do I balance the movie? How do I balance the Tiki Hut? How do I balance the people that are doing all these things? Can I keep this up? Probably not. But that's really not the question right now. The question right now is, can I keep it up for right now? Can I keep it up to the next day? Can I keep it up to the next move? Can I keep it up to the next position? And I don't want you to get too far ahead, my friends. I don't want you to get too damn far ahead, because that gets a little mucky. I think you should have ideas and goals out there, but we should be focusing on the systems of getting better. You see, we fail to our goals mostly, but we will rise to our systems. And so my process for you is to create systems. My process for you is to understand that whatever you're doing in life, whatever the personal goal is, the spiritual goal, the business goal, the processes that we're working on together here, I wish I could be with every one of you, right? But what I need to tell you, most importantly, for you to be able to keep this up, you have to have systems in place. And I think that for right now, most of my problems come from me when I start to think, can I keep this up? Is, where are my systems? If my systems are not processing for me, if my systems are not yielding for me, that's when I get this thing in my head. Can I keep this up? And so when you have that demon or you have that thought process creep into your life, I want you to understand it's not that you can or can't keep it up. It's the fact that your systems aren't keeping up. It's the fact that the pieces that are supposed to be working for you when you're not working aren't keeping up. And that's only your responsibility. It's the systems behind us, the systems that only you can create in your personal life, your spiritual life, in your profitable life, that will drive you into the success of what you're trying to accomplish. I know we're all in different places right now. We're all trying to figure out, well, we're going to be successful in our marriage. We're going to be successful as parents. We're going to be successful in our businesses. We're going to be successful with God in our walk. I got to admit, even in my walk this morning, I got into my devotions, my 1% better in my spiritual life, and I read through it, and my brain slipped away somewhere, and I got triggered on something else, and I stopped my focus on my devotional, and I left it. And I had to tell myself, you got to go back and finish. So I want you to understand that it's normal, that it's possible. But I want you to understand how to resolve this process of, can I finish? Can I keep this up? Is really the beta, the process, the bed, the platform of your systems. Deconstruct. And when I started thinking about you today, I was compelled, because I saw this one video. So like, we spend 1% of our time in different increments, 15 minutes of our day in different increments all the time. And I'm going to close with the danger of the 1% rule, because it's the biggest detractor you have right now, is this 1% rule, the danger of 1%, the danger of doing something 1% better, 14 minutes and 24 seconds today, every day. Hopefully the rest of your life in some regards to become 1% better. We understood that was 37 times better. In 1 year, it was 1,600 times better. In 2 years, and 37,000 times better. In 3 years, and we understood that if we did something 1% better every day, that we would become better in our craft than the rest of the pack. And the way we got to the 1% better, and I wrote it up here to make sure, it was 24 hours in a day. If there's 24 hours in a day, there's 60 minutes in every hour. That's 1,440 minutes in a day. If there's 1,440 minutes in a day times 60 seconds, that's 86,400 seconds in a day. If there's 86,400 seconds in a day, that means 1% of 86,400 seconds is 864 seconds. Did I get that right? Yes, I did. 864 seconds in a day is 1% of a day. If you translate 864 seconds of 1% of a day into minutes, it's 14 minutes and 24 seconds. So 14 minutes and 24 seconds is our Wired Differently code. I write about it in my third book, Your Will Be Done, which is still on pre-sale. All your pre-sales are going to be going out as early as July 18th, 19th, plus the audio book, plus the ebook, plus the e-workbook is all coming to you July 19th. The deal is still good. Go to Taylor.com and you can get that pre-sale deal still before the book literally goes on sale. It's just for you guys. Get in there and get it. It's $29.99. You get the book, the hard or the paperback book. You get the ebook for $29.99. You get the paperback for $29.99. You get the e-workbook. The workbook is phenomenal. I've worked as hard on the stinking workbook as I had the whole book. You got to see this workbook. And then last but not least, you get the audio book so you can listen to it. All for $29.99. Go to toddsaylor.com. Get that pre-sale deal before it goes away. July 19th, when we start shipping out the paperbacks, we're going to start pressing the real sale of this book. We're going to start hyping it. I'm going to be announcing a tour with Salem Media. We're going to be doing a book tour. It's going to be fun. You're going to be able to get out there. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to be traveling all over Florida at first and some of the bigger cities. We're going to be advertising it. We're going to be signing books, taking pictures. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to get to see you guys. So that's where we're at. So the 1% better is 14 minutes and 24 seconds a day. But I thought about the pressure of it, right? Can I keep up this 1%? Can I really become better? And I start to look at the Facebook, and I look at the Insta, and I look at the Twitter Ditter, and I look at all this, and I'm like, how in the world can I keep this up? I look at the Grant Cardones. I look at the Elon Musk. I look at all these people that are just blowing up Facebook, doing an amazing job in marketing, doing an amazing job in a lot of things. But the problem is I sometimes lose focus on my 1% and I start to look at them. Now, I've talked about this before. I don't obsess over them. I do take content. I look at content. I compare content. But most of all, I just get ticked off. I'm like, most of this content on the Instagram and on the Facebook is just not true. And I'm not saying about that with Grant. I'm not saying that about with Elon Musk. I'm just saying that a large percentage of everything you see on the Facebook is fake. These people aren't keeping up. They're posting things that they heard and reheard and over and over and over again. Matter of fact, the last Tiki Hut, we did a whole thing on debunking the myths of a lot of these people's tax codes and how to get rich and become a millionaire. It's that pressure of becoming them. It's that pressure of putting yourself in that role. And I would tell you in my second book, I wrote about the mark. My favorite chapter, how I would take a person and I would literally go after them. But see, back in the day when I was learning how to compete and to go after and to put myself in a position to be better than someone or to beat somebody and to measure up to somebody, to make them my mentor, if you will, we weren't being bombarded by so many posers out there. And so all I want you to know is, yes, it's good to have a market. It's good to put yourself in alignment with somebody. Pick me. Align yourself with me. I'm going to take you down the right road. I'm going to help you understand that I'm real, you're real, and you can do these things. I'm your encourager. I'm your Barnabas. I'm your motivator. I'm not your manipulator. But there's just too much noise out there in the internet, and you're going to get lost in that. And so I kind of want to just tie all this in, because the 1% better idea is great. But then when you start to think, can I keep this up? And then you start to look at Facebook, and look at all these things that are going on and all the things that are happening in this world. I wanted you to kind of focus on something that I focused on this morning. And it's literally 4 seconds.
Better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me. I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me. I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me. I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me.
Better than I was last year.
I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me.
Me against me. It's me.
I don't care who's doing better.
Me against me. It's me against me. It's me against me. Right? And so all these things flow into my head, and I start to think about you, and I start to think about myself and what I'm dealing with. And I wanted to lift you up this morning. I wanted you to know that you're not alone out there. I wanted you to know that this is not the end of the day for you, or the time to be depressed. It's not the time. You can move through all these things. And I want you to understand it's really just you against you. And it's good to have a coach out there like me. It's good to have people out there to aspire, to ascend, to be the levels of their success, right? But when there's all this noise going on, we get confused. We get confused, and then we start to think that we should be somebody that we're not, and we start to think that we don't measure up, and we start to think that there's, that I'm not good enough. And then all of a sudden, this 1% better that we're working on kind of goes away, and we start to lose focus on it, and then we don't become us, me against me. We become us, me against the world, and that's not the way it was designed. God literally wanted a personal relationship with you. And he's literally saying, I'm with you. Do not let yourself destroy you. Right? Love yourself. It's me against me. And so how are we going to deal with me against me? Here's the thing that we need to understand is that right now, if you're not feeling like you can keep up, if you're not feeling like you're not getting there fast enough, I want you to understand, let's go back to systems. Let's go back to the processes that are helping us cope with things in our life. Because you're going to need a team. You're going to need people around you. You're going to need processes around you. For you to be against you, you need other people to help bring you along. And the other thing I want to talk to you about this morning is that when I was reading in Acts 20 this morning about it is better to be, you're more blessed to give than it is to receive. This is this whole process that we're putting into ourselves about me against me. This idea of giving out to others. And I think innately we are called to give to others. I think innately we are called to bless others. And the problem that what happens to us is when we're not able to give to others, and this me against me is not working correctly, and it's you thinking you got to be better than the world, you're not allowed to give to others. Your systems get clunked up. And the 1% focus, the 14 minutes and 24 seconds at your craft or your spiritual move or your personal move is not getting done. It's getting forgotten. It's getting left behind. And here's the critical point I want to talk to you about all this today. Is that if we know that we're struggling at some moment or some time, which I'm literally doing on any given time, I know how to push through it. I've conditioned my mind and my life, and I have people around me, and I suggest you to do the same. Let's deconstruct. Where are the systems breaking down? Where am I not being covered? Where do I need to build new systems? Why am I not doing my 14 minutes and 24 seconds in whatever that craft, discipline, or order I need to be? But here's the problem when we start to lose focus on our 1% better every day, that me against me. That 1% every day is you against you. It's the one battle every day that you need to pick to fight you against you with. There's plenty of battles out there, but if you've got this 1% focus on scripture, you're 1% focused on a software that you're building, at 1% focus on an investment portfolio you're working on that to become better and more informed on, it's literally boils down to you against you and that 1% in your ability to continue to make that course, that run every day. Can I keep this up? Yes, you must keep it up. Will you fail in some of these? Yes. Reel back to your systems. Go back to your routine. Pick up the slack. But here's the danger. And the danger I want to talk to you about is the 1% is great. The 1% we understand. The 14 minutes and 24 seconds. This idea of you against you taking on the 1%, we understand that. We understand the demons that are trying to detract you from becoming 1% better every day. We understand the math of 1% every day. But I want to close with today is the most dangerous rule of the 1% rule. And why you're probably not able to keep it up if you're not able to keep it up, if you can't push through it. Because unfortunately, there's more than 1% a day in a day, right? There's more increments of 14 minutes and 24 seconds every day. Now watch this. I really, really want to understand this for you because I want this no look past to understand that really the 1% of you getting better in your life and your craft is very, very important. It's the discipline. It's the routine. It's you against you. It's me against me. Don't let that change. That's what's going to drive you, propel you into your disciplines of your life. But in this last 5 minutes or so, I really want you to understand the biggest danger of the 1% rule. is that what we don't understand sometimes until someone like me tells you that 1% of your craft is amazing, and you're going to become 37 times better in 1 year, 1,600 times better in 2, and 37,000 times better in 3. I get it. But there's 99% more of the day ahead of you. If the first 14 minutes and 24 seconds is your craft and you're crushing me against me there, there's 99% of the day left. And much of that will be mitigated, hopefully, in your sleep, in your subconscious, working on your 14 minutes and 24 seconds, unbeknownst to even you. That's the way God designed it. But literally 75% of the day is left unattended to, left for us to spend 14 minutes and 24 seconds incrementally on things that could be bad for us. And so I want to teach you how to pick up another 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 10% better every day by understanding, yes, you can grab 1% in one bucket at 14 minutes and 24 seconds on your craft. But what if we eliminated 14 minutes and 24 seconds of something that's destroying your mind? Oh, yeah, I said destroying, because here's what's happening to you. Some of you are gamers out there. Some of you are pornography watchers out there. Some of you are movie watchers that do things that should not put you in the right mindset, right? Some of us watch TikTok for more than 14 minutes and 24 seconds every day. Come on now, somebody. I know what's going on. Somebody's scrolling through Instagram for more than 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Some people are spending time on Fox News and ESPN and CNN and spending more than 14 minutes and 24 seconds every day on things that are not good for you. See what I'm trying to tell you, my friends, is that it's just not the 1% rule of becoming better every day, but we've got to figure out what to do with the other 99%, because if we're spending 20% of our day on things that are not good for us, we're programming our brain in a different position, and it may override our 1%. So what I wanted to challenge you with today is to understand that I can teach you how to pick up another 1, 2, 3, 4% of betterment in your day. I can teach you how to become me versus me even better every day. I can help you become better feeling when you feel like you can't go on anymore. Can I keep this up anymore? I can help you understand, because here's what's going on in your life. I've continued to show you and program you how to do a 14 minutes and 24 seconds every day. Metaphorically, this idea of your reps, your routine becoming better in a chosen craft or a chosen goodness area for your subconscious to do the work for you 24/7 when you're even in your sleep. But at the end of the day, I got to tell you that the biggest area you can pick up some massive gains is stop the bad stuff. You know what I'm talking about. There's things that we do that are just not productive for our brains. They're not productive for our families. They're not productive for our income. They're not productive for our spiritual walk. They're not productive for us as human beings. They're just not productive. They're not making us better by any way. They're making us worse. And sometimes we just say, well, we deserve it. I deserve 20 minutes, 30 minutes on TikTok. And before you know it, an hour is gone. And what were you looking at, Todd? What were you looking at, Joe and Sam and Steve and Susie and Bill? What was on the TikTok that was good for you? Well, I saw some business. No. I need you to pick up another 1%. I need you to aggregate the marginal gains. And so sometimes I think we just look at this 1% better thing and think, what can I do better? What can I do better? But sometimes, most of the time, and a big part of your life where I'm coaching you up today is this idea of getting rid of some of this weight that you're carrying around that's 1% worse every day. This drift we talk about in my second book, 1% worse is drifting. But in my third book, Your Will Be Done, we talk about 1% better, aggregating marginal gains, doing things in our life, and that's tacting, going against the wind, going against the surf, going against the grain to become better every day, 1% in multiple places, aggregating marginal gains. And sometimes it's not just getting better in certain things, sometimes it's getting rid of the things that are not doing well for you. And yes, I said pornography. And here's why I said pornography, because pornography is the number one thing in the planet that everybody understands what I'm talking about. Everybody knows that if you've looked at any porn, I've seen it before. I know you've probably seen versions of it before. But if you know anything about that, it gets into your brain. And so if I use that as a metaphor for what's going on here, I think every adult on this viewing right now can understand the damage that can do to your brain. It can do to your psyche. It can do to your love life. It can do to your life. It can do to the way you think. It's one of the biggest, most damaging, negative things you could ever do in your life. It's awful. Well, Todd, why are you bringing it up at 7:30 in the morning? Because I'm just telling you that if you need an example of something that can destroy your brain at 14 minutes and 24 seconds, do that every day. Never do that. The other thing is gaming. What are you doing for 2 hours shooting and killing people? Why are you playing Fortnite? What good does that do for you? Oh, it helps me understand crisis management. No, it doesn't. Go read a book. Go study a video. Go watch Earth Planet Nation on YouTube. There you'll learn some things. Go get some extra training and get a master's degree in finance or something like that. I mean, at the end of the day, these are examples. I'm coaching you up. I'm telling you, I'm not throwing stones. I'm not telling you that I've never done any of these things. I've gamed. I've done these things. I've looked at them, and I can tell you right now, they've done nothing for me but complicate my brain. They've done nothing for me but complicate my life, my marriage, my thought process, everything that I'm doing, right? I need you to understand that 1% better every day is essential. But when we aggregate marginal gains, when we talked about that yesterday, taking multiple things in our life and improving them 1%, then we're going to gain traction faster. We're going to be going to the North Star of our identity through our habits, right? And we're going to do this on our 1%. And I feel like I'm yelling, but I'm not yelling because I'm just passionate about it, because I see and I talk to people every day. And the pressure of continuing becomes harder and harder and harder when we look at the world, when we look at all these people doing all these things, acting the way they're acting, when in fact, I have the secret sauce for you right here, right now. You can take all those courses and you can aspire to be a billionaire. You know, you can aspire to be all those things. But if you don't understand the basic concepts of what I'm telling you right now, you're not going to keep it. You're not going to get there, and you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to have a family, and you're going to have nobody to share it with. I don't want that for you. I want this morning and this day to be your day. I want you to be disciplined in your 1% better every day. I want you to understand that the aggregation of marginal gains is the secret sauce of what we're trying to do. I want you to understand when you start to think about things in life that you just can't keep up with, you need to regress, go back, deconstruct. Think about the systems that are incorporated in your life so that you can do those things, so you can take on more and you can be successful at what you are. And at the end of the day, it's just not the 1% that we're working on every day for 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Come on, hallelujah. It's the rest of the day. It's the 99% of the day that we've got to stop doing certain things that are detractors in our life, that are programming our mind in another way. So I spend 14 minutes and 24 seconds in the Bible with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I feel really good about it. And then I go spend another hour on TikTok with all the confusing ads and the naked bodies flopping in, flopping out, and people telling me to buy mortgages, don't buy mortgages, swap, vault, default. Listen, I'm deprogramming everything I'm programming. If you want to gain 1%, do the 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Gotcha. Check it. But I want you to understand we need more than 1%, and we can do it simply by removing the things in our life that are eating up 1% and 1% of things that are not good for us. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. I wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you. I wanted to tell you that, this is really on my heart today. And I wanted to honestly protect you from the things that are going on in this world. And I know you're grown-ups. I know. I know you know. Not like I'm talking. But I do really feel the responsibility that you've given me over the last year now with this initiative of Wired Differently. And I really touched on something yesterday with the 1%. But I write about in my third book, Your Will Be Done, what's the consequences of not managing the other 99% of your day. Yeah, it's all, puppy dogs and rainbows with 1% and go get it done, Todd. Motivate, motivate, motivate. But listen, here's the secret. If we can pick up a few more increments of 1% by just stopping the detractors in our life, by just stopping watching the stupid crap on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, if we can just stop watching the bad movies, if we can just stop the negative talk, if we can stop practicing video games that don't serve us well, if we can stop programming our brain in other areas as much as 14 minutes and 24 seconds a day, we've picked up more time. We've picked up aggregating of marginal gains. I think that you're going to get it. I think that you understand what I'm saying. I think this makes sense to you. I think you're going to have a great day. So here's your homework for today. 14 minutes and 24 seconds. What's that spiritual craft? What's that personal self-help craft? What's that business craft? There's 45 minutes somewhere in a day to spread around and all those good things. But here's where we pick up some time. Here's where we pick up some money. Here's where we pick up some mojo. Let's stop something we're doing every day for 14 minutes and 24 seconds. That's a detractor. That's gumping up the systems. That's taking our mind to places we don't need to do. I stopped the news. Every morning I used to watch the news. I stopped the Fox. I stopped it. I haven't seen the Fox in months. I picked up at least 3% of space. I filled it with some time with my wife. I filled it with time of study and scripture in the morning. I filled it with time for you and content. So get to toddsaylor.com. Get in on this last minute burst before July 19th. Your will be done. $29.99. Free shipping. Free ebook. Free audiobook. Free e-workbook. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. You are amazing. Come on now. Clean it up. Let's get it on like Donkey Kong. Let her rip with Jada Chip.